Now, this letter was sent in January of 1933 to a gentleman, Mr. Donald Cummings of the Saranac Laboratory for the Study of Tuberculosis. In this letter, we got a letter that's from the zinc and lead industry, one of their lobbying groups, had commissioned some studies to try to figure out some of the hazards relating to silica in their mining operations. And the report comes out, Mr. Cummings had done this, he wasn't a doctor at the time, and had written a report that kind of indicts the silica industry for the problems of silica. It's getting people sick. So the industry doesn't want this to come out, and they write, the possibilities of its very damaging use in the hands of some unscrupulous lawyers or others who might be interested in stirring up damage suits against the mining companies is extremely great at this time. In view of the above, the board expresses its firm objection to the publication of your paper, although it fully appreciates the scientific value of your studies. So they're telling him, hey, we know this paper is good. It's not bad work product, but we can't let you publish it because then lawyers are going to use it against us. It's nothing unscrupulous about using a scientific paper that was commissioned by the industry to use it against the industry themselves. They just don't want to pay for that to happen. So they vetoed this study's publication. Now, Donald Cummings was not really happy about this because he put a lot of work into this study and was very proud of it and wanted to get it published. So he's communicating with Dr. Lanza from MetLife in this letter, April 11th of 1933. But Dr. Lanza is writing back to Donald Cummings, and he says, I talked it over with Sayers. Sayers, you'll learn about in another video, is a very reputable doctor at the time that's working on all of these industries' problems too, with the dust control and the causes of these sicknesses. So I talked it over with Sayers, and he feels very strongly that if you and the Saranac Laboratory are going to stay in the consulting business with respect to the mining industry, it will not be possible for you to publish these papers, at least at the present time. I myself somewhat reluctantly feel inclined to agree with him. It's pretty obvious what they're telling him. If you go against industry, it's not going to go well for you. Saranac Labs will go out of business if you start publishing papers that your clients do not want published, regardless of their scientific value to the world. Kind of sounds vaguely threatening, right? Well, it gets worse. Here we go. If these papers are published against the wishes of the Tri-State Association, you will undoubtedly promptly feel the repercussions elsewhere. As I said before, I feel the whole situation is unfortunate, but it's one of those things that cannot be helped. Promptly feel the repercussions elsewhere. What would that mean? Well, elsewhere means the entire industry that uses Saranac Labs. Saranac Labs is going to get blacklisted if they do this, if they start publishing information that the companies who hire them to do don't want published. Now, while this was a health organization, the laboratory itself was dedicated to health, but they were just broke and they couldn't get this stuff done. They were dependent upon industry. Industry fed them, and we all know not to bite the hand that feeds us. That's the lesson that Dr. Lanza is trying to teach Donald Cummings right here is, I know you want to do good. I know you're trying to make the world a better place, but you got to be more pragmatic about it. We can drag our feet and release this information when industry says it's okay, and that'll protect industry from lawsuits, which keeps all the money flowing.